I'm going to make a worm compost for my dog poo. Yes, my dog poo. Well, he poos like quite a lot every day. So instead of using plastic bag to wrap it up and throw it, why don't I use worms? Why don't I feed worms and make a compost of it? It's environmentally more friendly, because you're not using plastic bags, and you're doing the environment a favor. Not doing environment a favor, you're not polluting the environment, and that's also reducing your carbon footprint. So why not? It's like a win-win thing. So I thought, okay, so I went online and did a quick search, did a quick googling to see how it works, and I thought, okay, well, it's simple enough. It seems like an easy thing to do. Well, I used to have a small worm farm back in Hobart, but it's very small. It's about only this size, and my God, all the worms are just cramped in there, and the amount of dog poop is a lot. That the worms, they can't eat it fast enough. Monkey poops more than what the worms can eat. But I think it's because of the ridiculously small size of top that I'm using for the worms, and I think that's why the worms can't grow, and because the space is too tight for them. That's just what I think. Okay, so this time what I'm doing is that I'm hoping it will work. I got myself a bigger top. 50 liter. Okay, I got two. I bought two from Bunnings, and it's about I got them at a very cheap price. It's about $7 each. Worms. It's compost worm eggs. You can buy live worms. They cost more, but because I just wanna do this at a very minimum cost, so I bought these eggs instead, and it's about 24 for 1,000. But the thing about, if you are buying eggs instead of live worms, the thing about the disadvantage of this is that you need to wait 6 to 8 weeks for eggs hatch and for the worms to come out, and it takes longer if the weather is cold. So now it's the winter months in Melbourne, so I'm not in a rush anyway, because I have another bin outside for my dog poo, which I'm gonna show you later. So this is just some of the description behind the pack. 2 tubs, okay? So let's start with one. First of all, you need to drill holes. Now, try not to drill the holes too big. Go for the smaller drill, okay? Now the reason for this is that we don't want the worms to escape, number one. Number two is that you don't want flies to get into the tub as well, to lay eggs, and to prevent other sorts of pests from getting into and live with your worms. You just want the worms to be left alone. You're gonna drill holes along the top of the edges so the air can get in. Okay, so let's do that now. As you can see, I've done. See, you don't need a lot. You just need a few scattered. And the thing is about, if you're gonna drill holes, make sure you drill holes on the other end as well to have a cross ventilation. If you're gonna drill one side, that doesn't really work. You need to drill both sides so that the air can flow through. Drill all the holes on the side, as you can see. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, because this is gonna tap that where my worm's gonna be, drill hole underneath it. This is for the if there's any accumulation of water, my worms won't drown. The water will be drained out from underneath. You just want the water to drain out. Now, if you search online, there's a few ways of making worm farm. Okay. Now, one of the ways that you can find is that they ask you to drill bigger holes underneath this, and that is because they are doing the stacking up worm farm. It allows the worm to travel from the top underneath, goes up, and then when the food finishes here on this one, they put another top on top, and the worm will continue to go up, and then they remove the top at the lowest, they gather the compost at the lower top. If I intend to do a multiple stack of worm farms, I'll drill bigger holes for my next tub. but that's another story. This is the tub for my worm, and this is done. This is the tub for my trap the water. And hang on. Hey, if I have this and the water is gonna flow anyway, I don't need another tub, right? Very small. I'm gonna try only with one tub, okay? Since I'm just drilling small holes underneath, the water can come out anyway. And well, I think it's small enough. No other stuff can go in. Okay, I'll just use one tub. Let me show you what I already have. This is what I did when I first moved into this house. I thought that I can dig a hole in the ground and just bury this tub in and put all of my dog's poop inside. You're not gonna like it. Mix them with this cheap soil mix. I have holes underneath this box, and I thought that by doing this, the worms from the ground will come up and eat the poo. But I've been doing it for a week now, and I haven't seen any worms. So worms don't like poo unless you put them in a box and you confine them and you only feed them poo. This is not working yet. I'm not sure whether worms will eventually eat the poo. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do both, okay? I'm gonna still keep this, and I'll still do a new worm compost farm with these worm compost eggs, because it's gonna take 6 to 8 weeks for them to hatch. I have time. Empty contents of bag directly into worm farm. Compost, heap or garden bed. Now for the worm eggs. Just excited what's actually in here. I wonder how they look like, you know? I wonder where the eggs are. Can't really see anything, huh? Can't really see anything. Okay, I'll just put it in. Okay, what else? Empty contents of bag directly into worm farm, compost, heap or garden bed within 7 days of purchase. Water lightly. Place worm food over top and cover with damp newspaper or mulch. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna add more compost. Add some water. Feels like making dough. This pack contains up to 4 species of worms: red, tigers, blues, and night crawlers. Night crawlers. This is the plan, okay? This is my new worm farm. I still keep my existing, what do you call this? Hole in a bucket for the worms, the ground worms to come out to eat the poo. It's still not working. I'm gonna leave this there. Now I have another alternative, an actual worm farm, and let's see how it goes, okay? Within a month or so, I'll fill you guys in on whether this is working or not. Okay, now here's the deal, okay? I still have my existing tub in the soil with holes underneath, awaiting for worms to come up to eat the poo. And I have now a new worm farm, a contained worm farm. The worms can't get out. I'm waiting for the worms to hatch. It's gonna take probably 6 to 8 weeks, maybe longer, 2 months. I'll fill you guys in whether the worms are actually doing anything. Hi guys, I was thinking about it because I'm only using one tub and there are holes underneath it, and I'm thinking, what happens when the worms hatch? The worms gonna escape underneath it if they don't like shit. So I thought, put this underneath it. Not thinking straight. This stuff is porous, so it's good for the worms, and it's good for the water to flow out.